gonna change the face of the whole city. You know how meaningful that is? To be the guy in the neighborhood who takes care of people. Our names are gonna live forever. To take him back Gotham!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Movie Fanatics video. Today, we got Penguin, Episode 6, Gold Summit. Before we get started, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and most definitely share. Episode 6 of the Penguin, Gold Summit. Look, I know y'all probably gonna get tired of me saying this, but hey, yo, there's nothing but bangers as far as every single episode has been great of the Penguin. Like, we begin this episode off with the Penguin underground operation is up and running for Bliss, well employed in this setting where they're distributing Bliss all throughout underground, distributed to most of the players in Gotham City. And the most beautiful part about it is the fact that they're distributed under the ground of Crown Point, and they're involving the community of Crown Point, which was emphasized a lot at the beginning in this opening scene, where it's like, okay, most of Gotham has forgotten about Crown Point due to the events, the Batman movie, and everybody's just struggling and desperate to make ends meet. Which, if you've ever been in that particular situation, like when you're desperate like that, you're willing to do just about anything. And it made it perfect for a transition for these people in Crown Point of Gotham, for them to go ahead and you're making good money, and the fact that the rest of Gotham has forgotten about you, it's poetic. I gotta say, it's poetic. I'm sorry, it's poetic. Where we transition to what's been Sophia been up to since the events of episode 5, where she's housing Salvatore Maroni in her home. If you remember, Salvatore, he's a fugitive at this point, considering the fact that he broke out a Black Gate. So they working together from episode 5. If you missed it, they have built an alliance together with one common enemy, Oz. They want to take him out, and they're trying to figure out a weakness of Oz is to exploit. Sophia comes up with the plan where we gotta cut Oz dealing Bliss, because he's going to get nothing but stronger at this point. Where at a point where he's going to end up being untouchable if he lands a deal with the Triad, probably one of the top biggest players outside of the Maronis and the Falcons, now the Gigantes. So they need to figure out a way to cut that deal off. And what they were trying to do was send a message to everybody that was dealing Bliss, where, look, if you're going to deal Bliss, here is the consequence. Caused the issue for Oz, where he ended up wanting to distribute Bliss in every single territory, where everybody knew exactly what Bliss was and how good the product was, where you had no choice but to get a taste of the product due to the fact of how good it was. We transition back to Oz now, where you at a point where you're doing everything that you possibly can, and it's just still not enough. Hence where we transition to the situation with his mom. All he wants to do is just do right by his mom. Like, we're living in Crown Point. The diverting the power from Crown Point into the more upper class part of Gotham City. And Oz, again, he utilizes his resources, and he gets in touch with this councilman, Haiti, who did business with Carmine Falcone. Oz knows some dirt about him, blackmails him into somehow getting the power cut back on in Crown Point. Victor, he's having a little bit of a crisis on his own, because in previous episode 5, where Victor snuck in Oz's mother, Francine, into Crown Point, he didn't want to have to deal with Squid, somebody from his past where he really didn't want to deal with before his parents died. They didn't like him dealing with him. Like, he was just bad news. Comes into an encounter with Squid where he's left to have no choice but to catch his first body, which all Squid wanted was a piece of the game. But the way he came about it was, look, you don't want me to snitch on you, do you? Like, there's a lot of people out here that's trying to figure out what's going on in Crown Point. Look, Oz in particular, looking for Oz, and you're not trying to cut me in. Like, nah, you gonna cut me in or it's donezo. We not having it. So Victor ended up having to make a decision, either Oz, the business, and Francine, of course, too, as well, or Squid. So he decides to pop Squid, and I'm pretty sure as we progress in the next couple of episodes that Victor's going to be a little bit unhinged at this point because of the fact, again, it's his first body. Like, he's really not dealing with it well. So we'll continue to monitor that as we progress with the upcoming episodes. We transition to Sophia. She comes across a photo and remembers Eve when they were trying to distribute Bliss the first time to the Triad. And one of Eve's associates, she leads Sophia to her, and they have a conversation which leads up to Eve giving up where Oz is in Crown Point. She reveals that those girls that Sophia allegedly killed as the hangman, those were her friends. So they had a connection there where Sophia's like, yo, I got framed for that. Like, you can't hold me accountable. But you got to understand the fact that if Sophia did kill Eve, it would confirm that she actually did kill those girls. You get what I'm saying? And you gotta think of it as in a context of situation. Okay, it's innocent till proven guilty. Yes. So the pattern is, well, excuse me, the narrative. The narrative was Sophia killed these women. She killed the journalist. Now she's out of Arkham Asylum. She said that she's innocent. She says that she's innocent. So by you trying to defend your name as far as being innocent is concerned, and you turn around and you kill Eve, because in the back of my mind, I'm already thinking like she after she revealed that those were her friends, like I'm like, there's no way that Sophia can kill her now, because all this time of her spending in Arkham Asylum 10 years. Spend 10 years in Arkham Asylum for something that you didn't do, and then you turn around and you kill another woman. Like, it's not a good look. So I'm like, yeah, there's no way. There is no way she can kill her at this point. So Sophia lets her live. And in return, Eve gives up where Oz is in Crown Point, which that's kind of messed up, because I actually thought that Eve and Oz did have a relationship, but like I said, with the situation with the girls that allegedly Sophia killed, they had like a moment where, like, look, I can sympathize with that. We transition. Oz has to meet with the gangs, all the small gangs in Gotham City. We talk about the Odessa Mob, the Sullivans, the Low Boys, the Burnley Town Massive, and the Triad, right? Where he has like this beautiful freaking speech where it's like, the selling point was like, look, we are low hanging fruit, and right now, the Falcons and the Gigantes, they're about to they formed an alliance where they have a strong possibility of taking over the rest of this city, where it could push us all out. So these gangs, they all hate each other. But at this point, they all have a common enemy. Oz pushes this agenda where, look, I can provide y'all with the best product in the city. Separated, we nothing. But together, we put this coalition together, we could be something. And of course, obviously, they go ahead and they shake hands. They pop their beer open as a form of all agreeing to this deal. Last scene of the episode, the power comes back on in Crown Point. Oz and Victor are celebrating, and then we see Sophia hanging in the shadows, like mind blown, because she sees Oz's mother, and she states early in the episode that to Salvatore Maroni that Oz has no connection, no ties, which makes it a strength of his, where his mother died, his brothers died, all that good stuff. So she's like mind blown, like, wow, she's alive. So that's got me thinking, like, what this leaves us at a crazy cliffhanger where what happens next? Because you got to take Oz's mom hostage, right? Because you want Oz. That's the ultimate goal. But this is where it's going to be interesting for me. because I still believe that Sophia still has a conscience where it's going to be hard for her to do something like that, to kill somebody that's innocent like that. And that's just the takeaway that I have of it. But as far as Victor's concerned, because Victor, I like Victor as a character. And I would hate to see Victor go. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next episode, as we always say at the end of each review. But let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is the Movie Fanatics. I'm up out of here, man.